welcome to Silent Wisdom. A very interesting question came last week, and I thought I must talk about it. The question was, someone asked me, do you feel angry or depressed or anxious, sad, embarrassed? And my answer was, absolutely yes. And she was shocked. And she asked me, but you teach Kriya Yoga, you talk about non-duality. How can you feel these emotions? How is that even possible? And I just smiled because I understand. There was a time when I also used to think like that if there is a particular understanding one reaches, after that, these negative emotions go away forever. But alas, that is not the case. And it is complete ignorance thinking that these emotions should go away and that they are negative. Yes, they are negative because they give us a little pain, they give us discomfort, but they are also important. But then there is a very big difference. There is a very big difference in the way these emotions are handled. And that leads to the question, what is your 911? So let's understand it better. 911, as you all know, is an emergency dialing code, right? And each one of us has it. Now, everybody in their lives, sometime or the other, and maybe sometimes every day, we do feel anxious, fearful, pain, depressed, sad, angry, irritated. And what do we turn to? What is our 911? I have defined it into three different categories. I have taken three different categories. Some people resort to alcohol, drugs, violence when they are feeling these negative emotions. And we see so many cases and all the crime also that we know it happens under some of these states only, when the anger becomes so much out of control that it leads to crime, or depression leading to suicide. So these are, you can say, the lowest forms of 911, and we all know the consequences that one has to bear because of resorting to these means when you are having these emotions. And then comes the second category, which is overeating, although it also comes slightly under the negative only. And there are a lot of people who would overeat because of stress or these negative emotions. But then there are some people who know how to do that in a limited way, temporarily, and get over it. Or you could be a compulsive shopper. Again, the intensity matters. I know of some people who have become financially unstable because of resorting to this means of dealing with their negative emotions. And then there are some part of these only, slightly more positive means that we recommend to people, which would be like talking to a counselor, chatting with a friend, going for some sports. Some people also become workaholic, or you may resort to reading a book or watching TV, listening to music. Yes, these are somewhat positive ways of dealing with it. But again, these are temporary means and they do not solve your issue. They just make you feel better for some time. No? And one thing that we need to remember about any of these means that I just spoke about, they also make you dependent in some or the other way. Like if you go for shopping or eating, then that does tend to form a kind of an addiction. Or if you go to a particular friend or a person, and especially if those people are not spiritually inclined, there is a sense of obligation. And those people, knowingly or unknowingly, do not let you forget that they helped you, that they were available for you when you needed them. And that itself can become another source of anxiety, because tomorrow when they need your help and for any reason you are not available to them, then that is going to bother you as well. So these, what I call as the middle means, or slightly positive means, but temporary. And then there is the higher means, the higher 911 that you can resort to. And that is, I think there are two ways. One is you go to your guru. And why guru? Because one, when you are feeling your negative emotions, what happens? When you go to another person, one, you pass on those negative emotions to them, you pass on the negative influence to them, because they are not strong enough to able to just take it and stop the process there, stop the negativity there. So they will be influenced by your negativity, and sooner or later it will come back to you. It's a boomerang. And the second thing is that, as I said, there will be an obligation factor. But with the guru, both these factors are absent. When you take your negativity, it's a full stop over there. The guru does not become negative with your negativity, not at all. He or she can just take it and close the chapter there. They will not be influenced. Second, they will not hold it as an obligation. They will never expect anything from you in return. So you go to your guru. And then finally, you go to your guru to get the highest possible 911, which is, with the help of the guru and with the presence of the guru, if you are ready, the awareness will arise. Something inside will open up for you, which will be your finest resort when you experience those emotions. And what is that? That is your awareness, your consciousness, your chetna, your ability to become a witness. And once that awareness arises, then you may feel any of these emotions, but they just come and vanish like a drop of water on a hot pan. And that is the end of it. So the end is not that the emotions will not arise. That is the ignorance. As long as you have this body and mind, whoever has this body and mind, all the negative emotions will come. But once the awareness comes in, then you know how to handle them most effectively. Let anxiety come, let anger come, let sadness come. And they are all seen in the light of awareness. That is your 911. And they all come and they all disappear without making much of an impact on you. So, what is your 911? Thank you for listening, and I will see you again very soon.